Now, last night's Coronation Street has been called one of the soap's most emotional episodes ever, as the factory disaster claimed the life of practice nurse Rana.
Well, before we chat to actress Bhavna Limbachia about what life has in store after Weatherfield, let's take a look back at Rana's story on the cobbles.
We're going to get in there and get you two married.
Ready?
No matter what I've done, I still have feelings for you. I'm sorry!
Sorry you got caught!
This isn't you, Rama. It is, Mum. For the first time in my life, I feel right. Will you marry me?
You should make a brilliant mum, as well as a brilliant wife.
I don't want a baby.
I've got to go.
I love you.
I just want you to know
That everything's okay, and that I love you.
it's going to be okay.
Don't worry. I'm not get out of this. Oh, my love. Always.
Oh, wow. Bhavna joins us now. And actually, I mean, there's been a massive reaction to this, which we'll come to in just a moment. But because the first thing when I watched that and thought, oh, my God, when did you know? When did you know that was going to happen to you? Without realising, your choice.
Yes, it was. When I decided to leave the show, I wanted to have a meeting with the producers. At the time, it was Kate Oates who was doing the handover with Ian McLeod, and I wanted to go into the meeting with a solution as to how she would leave the show.
Why did you want to leave?
I think I would... It's hands down the nicest place I've ever worked, and I was getting comfortable there, and I would stay forever. So this was the only time before I had more responsibility to take a few risks. So that's why I decided to leave.
But the thing is that you could have left and then come back at a later time, which many people do.
Yeah.
But you wanted them to
Yeah,
top
I was
you.
trying to come up with reasons to why Rana would leave Kate, but they have fought so hard to be together, and I was racking my brain for weeks trying to come up with a reason. And the truth is, she would never leave Kate. I believe their love is so pure, and they fought so hard to be together. The only way they could be apart is if the decision was taken out of their hands.
Which is what it was last night, and it was absolutely heartbreaking scenes. You joined in 2016, and when you see all that footage together, how much she's changed as a person.
So surreal, yeah. She came onto the cobbles as this vivacious party girl who was a complete man-eater. Quickly got with Zidane and got married, but then realised that she didn't really know who she was. It was all a front, the big hair, the fur coats. But then when she met Kate and formed a friendship, she realised that she was actually in love with her. And she really discovered and came to her own and discovered who she was and her sexuality.
And I would have thought that those scenes, obviously knowing that that was it and you were going to leave, but she was seriously checking out underneath the factory roof, that quite hard to do.
Oh, they were quite intense and quite difficult. Probably the most challenging time in my career. I filmed under rubble for about a week.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was full on. But the cast and crew and the director, Brett Fallis, was just amazing. They made it as easy as possible. But yeah, it's quite interesting. I was put on a board every day with wheels on, and they wheeled me in and out of the rubble every day. So that was quite interesting.
And you were only allowed to stay in all that dust for about an hour before they had to bring you out.
Yeah, sometimes we'd have to stay there longer because they'd set the shot up. So we had goggles and masks to protect us from the dust, but it was a good challenge.
The phone call between the two of them, normally when you'd film something like that, you'd do your bit and then she'd do her bit at a later date. But this was actually in real time.
Yeah, we wanted to make it as truthful and authentic as possible. So when Faye and Imran, Charlie, who plays Imran, were doing all their phone calls, I was on set, hidden away in a room, and we did the phone calls in real time, and vice versa. So when I was in the factory under all the... Because a lot of my scenes were all on the phone, so Faye came in to read in with me, so that really helped.
Yeah.
Helped a lot.
So, as we said at the beginning, I mean, it has had a massive reaction.
Yeah, it has.
And many people very sad.
Yeah.
But LGBTQ plus community equally very upset. Danny on Twitter, yet another LGBT character killed off. When are you going to learn that there are other ways to tell a story? Rebecca said Rana had 2 successful weddings to a man, then she dies on her wedding day to a woman. I can't comprehend it. Jamie says the gays and lesbians are never allowed a happy ending, are they? Claudia said lesbians and bi women in fiction dying the moment they're happy with a woman is toxic. And so they have taken that very seriously, that this was an important character, an inclusive character, and then suddenly they've almost been robbed of that.
Yeah, I think that my decision to leave and be killed off was never meant to offend the LGBTQ plus community. It was made with the same way I've tried to portray the character throughout the years, and that's with truth and integrity. And my decision to leave and have her killed off was made with the decision of 2 people being in love, and their love being pure, regardless of their age, their gender, their sexuality, their religion. So it was never there. The intention was never to offend the LGBT community. It was purely for 2 people being in love. I guess it was a modern day Romeo and Juliet, but with Julie and Juliet love story.
Yeah.